Episode 27 of the JDA Show is here, coming at you on a Saturday night
27.
around 5 o'clock. Is it 27?
Yeah.
It is 27.
Okay.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Good.
How was your guys' Thanksgivings?
It was good.
Good?
Yeah, everything I ever wanted.
Nah, I didn't really do much, but
Yeah,
just stayed in. But so, yeah, we can start off talking about those two shitty Thanksgiving games.
Yeah, they were shitty. The first one had potential to be like a close game down the stretch, and then the Lions just shot themselves in the foot.
It seemed like it was going to be a back and forth game, and then I don't know what the hell happened, but
Stafford started like really well this year, and that's funny. Stafford started really well this year, I thought, and was like a viable streaming option at quarterback. I know you streamed him a couple weeks. I picked him up once, but
I streamed him this week.
Did you?
Yeah.
how many points he put up?
18, I think.
No,
like
it's not too bad, but
Could
17.9.
be worse.
Yeah, he's been looking bad. I know his weapons are pretty trash, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, looked like the Adrian Peterson of like 6-7 years ago, having a couple of TDs. And
Yeah.
Dude, at this point, he's just racking up stats for his all-time numbers.
That's exactly what I think whenever I see that guy.
I think I saw a
Yeah.
stat the day before. Who would you take in their prime? Adrian Peterson or LaDainian Tomlinson?
Probably LT's just like got the better hands out of the backfield passing. But
Dude, LT was
I would have to look at their
Awesome,
numbers,
yeah.
but I was going to say LT.
I had it. I have an
as
LT
well.
jersey. It's like
Do you?
It's mad small. I had it when I was a kid. Yeah.
We should hang it up down here.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, it's signed too.
And that second game, the Cowboys just continue to embarrass themselves.
Yeah.
That division, Washington,
There's
now
no chance he makes it out of this season. Or
past the season.
they need to get a new coach.
I would fire Mike McCarthy tonight.
Yeah.
But that's
now-
what you say every time we bring it up.
Now Washington is 4-7 and in first
In the
place.
driver's seat.
And Seattle's going to beat Philly on Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
So
so they're
going
going to be, what, like 3-8-1? Or
Yeah.
3-7
3-7 and 1.
And I think Washington is 4-7
Yeah.
right
Mhm.
now. So Alex Smith, who I don't think anybody
Yeah,
thought
but
was going to be
the
playing.
Giants are going to be playing
I still like the Giants.
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Cincinnati's backup, so the
And
Giants
I'm
should
sure
win
we
that
don't
game.
know, but do you guys think that the Giants and Redskins play each other again?
For
this
some
year?
reason, I think they've already played.
For some reason, I also do too. I was going to say it'll come down to
I
that
look
game,
it up.
but yeah, like you were saying about Smith, the dude could potentially host a playoff game this year as the starting quarterback.
And I still remember watching that game. You remember his wife was like tweaking
Oh
out
my
on the
God,
sideline.
yeah, she was like, looked like she was about to puke. Honestly,
Every time that guy gets hit, I like cringe. And there was a play in that game on Thursday that they blew it down early when he got hit because they were definitely trying to protect him, which obviously I'm fine with. But yeah, that sucked that the night game also, got canceled and moved to, I guess, Tuesday between the Ravens and Steelers, which I honestly don't even think is going to end up happening because now the Steelers got more positive tests.
Yeah,
today,
so the Giants do not play the Redskins again. In fact, they actually have a pretty tough road ahead. They play the Seahawks the following week after this, then the Cardinals, then the Browns, then the Ravens.
count them out then.
Yeah.
They're done for.
Who
But
was that?
that's the Giants.
That's the Giants'
Oh, wow.
remaining schedule.
Wow, and so the Redskins could go Washington. I'm rooting for him. I mean, McLaurin is honestly
yeah,
a
the
nice.
Washington football team, by the way.
Yeah, I keep saying that, huh?
Ron Rivera, obviously, dude, just fought cancer and
Yeah,
beat
they're
it.
playing
And now,
for him. Gibson is a tank this year. He's got
what do you have, 2 or 3 touchdowns?
Three
touchdowns.
And he
This
was
is-
eating in the passing game, too. What do you have, like 6 or 7
I don't know. This
catches?
is his,
He had 5 catches for like 20-something yards.
Okay,
this is his fifth straight game with a touchdown too. He's a
Yeah,
beast.
he's a stud.
Yeah.
I
Him
almost-
and McLaurin. They have
I
two
almost picked him
studs.
up in fantasy, like in a deal this past week.
Really?
But I wasn't able to get it done.
Ugh.
All right, but we can get to our Patriots talk. I feel like last episode I sat here and because they lost to Baltimore or beat Baltimore. and
Yeah,
then
we
had
were
last
riding high.
I think I said no matter what, I think we're gonna have a season to talk about. And
Yeah.
now I honestly don't know if you can't go into Houston. That's a game you need to win, and you can't eat.
I told you, boys, that was not an easy game to win, though.
Your boy went off. Fuller.
The Texans have some weapons, and our defense is suspect. So
Watson actually looking like the stud people talking about.
Yeah.
To be. I like to shit on him, but
yeah, I mean, I expected the Patriots to win, but I'm not surprised that they lost.
that's a good way to put it.
They missed out on the opportunity to gain a game on some teams. Like I said, Baltimore is looking like they have this whole COVID situation. They could drop a couple of games here, and I mean this game
Baltimore's
against
been sliding. I mean that was
exactly.
the team for us to get up on.
And this game against Arizona would be vastly important. And now it's like even if they win, I feel like they're going to go drop another game like that, like they did against Houston.
Yeah,
and I really question just the game plan of that game on Sunday. Is Damian? So I don't know if you knew this. Coming into that game, Houston was giving up like 170 yards on the ground a game, and Damian Harris touched the ball 11 times.
Yeah,
coming off of a great game against Baltimore, he's been having a great last few games. Why is he not getting fed the ball more?
I mean, I can't remember. I didn't see the whole game. Were the Pats were they in a hole? Like, could that have been a reason why he wasn't getting as many touches?
I don't think that they were ever behind a certain amount where you would say that they
like
have
you
to
got to
passing
abandon the
ball.
running
Yeah,
game.
I mean, sure, maybe that took away a few of his carries because I want to say they're fighting from behind, but I mean, they still had the ball at the end of the game for a chance to win, right?
What is he? He's had that situation 4 times this year.
At least
what
3.
has he done it once?
At least 3.
I always wonder when stuff like that happens and Jacoby Myers was another player who had a huge game the week before and
nowhere to be found.
Saw like 4 or 5 targets.
Yeah.
I always wonder because Bill is so good about taking away the other team's best player. And I kind of think that him and McDaniels are like, all right, well, if they're looking at last week's film, they're going to try to take away Myers and Harris. So, and I think that they take that into account, so they try to make a game plan around somebody else to get more involved.
I hate that, though. It's like...
It's not... because you
like doing too much.
Yeah, because...
Don't fix it.
And that's all speculative. I don't know if that's actually how they, make their game plan, but... It would make sense for them to think that way, considering they're so good at taking away a team's best player, a team's hot player.
It also could have been a case of the Texans watched a lot of film and they were like, we're not going to let this dude Myers beat us like that.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah,
on him, but
on the defensive side of the ball, they really were putting no pressure on Watson either, and I almost feel like because he's so dangerous to run that Belichick was saying maybe we're not all out like going at the quarterback.
I don't know. We have a sorry front seven,
and that just gives these guys way too much time to get open.
Mm-hmm.
And
because they have some good speed on the outside with Cooks and Fuller. So
great speed.
Yeah, you can't give Watson time in the pocket to throw the ball. So,
and then when they're on offense, I just think blitz Cam Newton, put pressure on him, and he can't handle it. Mm-hmm. And I just think on that last play, you got to know that they're going to bring pressure on you. You either got to pick that up, bring a running back there, somebody to block that dude, or get rid of the ball fast. And he just holds on to the ball way too long.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way he's heading next year. He's going to be a fucking backup quarterback somewhere. Like this guy's couldn't get a starting job this year. He's not going to get one next year.
Still, so many teams are so desperate for quarterbacks that he'll probably land another starting job somewhere. But
I think maybe he could go into like a camp, like be competing for a starting job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to be able to just walk into a place and get a starting job as of right now.
So moving forward, if we lose to the Cardinals, do you want to see Stidham in for the rest of the season?
I'm all on board with that, honestly. Cause
I'm all on board to lose as many games as possible.
You're 4-7, so
Arizona.
It's a two-headed thing there. You can lose more games, and you can see what the quarterback's got.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
see if you have to draft another quarterback.
Yeah, give him enough games where we can get a sample size. It's not his first time playing.
Mm-hmm.
If he does bad down the stretch.
I'm just surprised that we haven't seen him, at all.
Right? I just think that I don't think Belichick likes the kid. I mean, look how long it took him to go to Stidham in that Kansas City game where Hoyer was shitting all over himself. Yeah. He doesn't want to go to the kid. I think they were a little disappointed that when they brought Cam in that the kid didn't fight for the starting job harder, didn't really give Cam any competition for it. And I think if they lose to Arizona, putting him in is a win-win because either you start losing games, you're going to get a better pick, and if you start winning games, you find out that he can play.
Year.
And then for losing games, you could be like, hey, we got to get back into the draft,
dude,
and we got to get a new quarterback.
I don't think this failure of a season is really going to hit me until the playoffs start. You know what I mean? Because it's just going to be so weird to see the first round of playoffs. Well, I guess it's not that weird to not see the Patriots play in the first round of playoffs because they usually have a bye week. Mm-hmm. But come divisional round, and they're just not even going to be a part of any of it.
I just think that's something as Patriots fans that we're going to have to get somewhat used to. We've just had it made the last 20 years, where you didn't have to worry about getting in and out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now I think for the next couple of years, it's going to be a struggle until they find their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think they have any chance against Arizona this weekend?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. The Cardinals' defense is kind of suspect. Could see them could come down to another fucking Cam Newton with the ball. Needs to make a play down the stretch.
I still think the Patriots are well enough coached and have enough players on both sides of the ball that I said earlier to you guys, I think they're good enough to beat just about anybody, but also bad enough to lose to just about anybody. So
yeah,
it's sort of a weird.
It worries me that they're
purgatory to be in.
That they're going to have an issue containing Murray, though. The way that this guy moves with the ball. And there's another thing. You beat Houston last week. Kyler Murray's banged up right now.
Yeah.
You're at home. I don't know if his shoulder's still bothering him. He got hurt in that Thursday night game against Seattle a little over a week ago. So yeah, I just think they really dropped the ball against Houston. And I think Arizona's got a lot of weapons. Hopkins, Drake, Murray. I could just see Murray running all over them and then them not being able to stop him.
Yeah, they really should be going into this game with a chance to be over 500. Now you're fighting to get to 5-6. It sucks.
And that, do you think looking ahead, so say we get to week 16, week 17 of the season, do you think we're still talking about them somehow having a path to get in, or do you think in the next couple of weeks you're really, because I think there still is a path to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
My thing is, it's the team, it's the Patriots that I don't think are going to be able to win these games to get there.
I think that question will be answered this week. If they win, there's going to be some outside chance. If they lose, I really see 0% chance of them getting in.
I'm already holding them at like less than 10% chance.
Yeah, I'm with that. Like a 5% chance.
I know some nerds have run the numbers. If they were to get to 9-7, they would have a little over a 50% chance to get in.
50?
So flip of a coin. But
that means if you lose this week, you still have to go 5-0 down the stretch.
Exactly. That's why I think that they'll probably finish something like 7-9, 8-8, and you're going to miss it by a couple of games.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just don't. I don't know this week. I'm thinking I'm going to take Arizona.
Yeah, I probably would.
But I mean, like you said, the Patriots are a team that could probably almost beat anybody, but then lose to anybody. And kind of we were talking about the quarterback situation going forward. Do you think there's any chance that Cam is here next year?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. I actually think Cam likes it here.
I do too.
And it's a full season under his belt, under the system. I'd like to see them go out and beat Arizona and see him play well and earn another week and then maybe finish the season strong. Because I don't particularly want to see Stidham in. I don't particularly want Stidham as our starting quarterback next season.
No, we want a season to talk about on the show and a season to hope for.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what is it? We're at week 12, week 13, and we could be talking about next year already. Yeah. That's not what I want. I want to be able to have even just that little bit of hope. And when you're watching the scoreboard for other teams.
But we're talking about next season, and Cam's been our starting quarterback, so
you can't really worry about other teams' business when you can't even handle your own business against your opponents.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I said that I don't think that they can even get to that path. But no, I don't want anything to do with Cam Newton going forward.
You don't?
Nope. I want the mystery of what else could be out there and the upside that quarterback might have interests me more than what I think Cam is going to be next year. I don't know. Some people still think there's something wrong with his shoulder, that his shoulder's just gone. I mean, that was an embarrassing Hail Mary attempt. And I know they were back. He didn't even get the ball. He barely got to the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
so what, he can throw the ball 50 yards in the air?
Yeah.
You see the way he throws it? It's like...
his mechanics are fucking junk. Yeah. They're horrible.
They've always been pretty bad.
I would have liked to see them put Stidham in. He could probably get it there.
Well, that's what the Colts do with Phillip Rivers. They put in Brissett because Brissett's got the stronger arm in those Hail Mary situations. I think they used to do that when Luck was there too, because Luck kind of had that bum.
Shoulder issue.
Shoulder. And maybe, Patriots are trying to get Luck out of retirement.
That would be awesome.
Ooh. I'm sure he's probably still under contract, but I would bet that maybe he only has a couple years left on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see the Colts just
letting him come over here.
Yeah, especially with the whole McDaniels situation that went down with them and all the spot the Deflategate stuff. But I mean, if he's not under contract at a point. I don't know what his deal was like before he went out of the league.
Yeah. One sec. This guy Jarrett Patterson, the running back for Division I Buffalo University, today had 36 carries, 410 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
8 touchdowns?
8 touchdowns, tied the record.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and 400 yards.
Did you see the girl start for Vanderbilt?
Yeah, did you see her kick?
Her squib kick?
Was it a squib?
That's
yes.
Okay, was it a design kick? Because that's why I made that face. I thought that was like
yeah, I think it was.
I hope it was a squib kick because I also saw that and I was like,
that's as
she
far as you can
she
kick.
plays soccer. She could barely kick the ball.
Yeah, the ball had an apex height of like 10 feet.
I don't think they would have brought her in if she couldn't kick the ball.
Okay, good.
But yeah, everyone under like the replies on Twitter, some people were saying like, "Oh, nice kick," and ever heard of a squib kick?
Yeah,
people are fighting on Twitter.
I think it was a squib. Regardless of that, I think it's still it's a cool thing. What did he say?
He said terrible kick. He quoted it.
He's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, dude. Probably mad that there's a girl playing this sport.
Did you see that Nick Saban tested positive? Isn't this his second time?
Yeah,
is it
for testing positive for COVID?
It was
right?
either his first time tested positive, like second time, like on the COVID like watch list or something. But
I thought he's tested positive.
I thought
twice
so
now.
too. Honestly,
it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing that you've had COVID twice in like a month and a half?
Probably thinks it's a hoax. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, they're down south.
Again,
I'm sure
there's still
real serious down in Alabama.
Yeah.
There's still possibilities of like false positives though, because like Adam Thielen this past week tested positive one day and the next day he was tested negative. So, the testing is only so accurate.
True.
All right, let's move on to some Celtics talk. I think since the last time we talked, I think everything is kind of unraveled here with the Gordon Hayward situation, free agency. It's pretty much done with. I think all the moves around the league are, for the most part, done with.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some names out there, but, don't expect to see much.
Yeah, Harden still has to move, right?
Yep, he's still with Houston.
Yeah.
So Hayward, went to the Hornets on was it 4 years, 120?
120, yeah.
Fully guaranteed.
Wow.
Dude, I didn't think he was going to get that much money out there.
What does MJ see in him that
we
don't?
You know what? The 4 for 120 is too rich, but the fully guaranteed part of it is what blows my fucking mind.
Injury prone dude.
Dude, why would you guarantee this guy money? If I was Hayward, I'd be stoked to just get the 4 for 120. Even if you guaranteed me like 70 of that, then
after the stint in Boston, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to get any.
There's a very good chance he's going to get hurt.
Money. Yes.
And he's not going to be able to live out this contract.
I would say
Michael
that
Jordan
it's almost likely that he gets hurt.
It is likely that he gets hurt. I think they're playing 72 games this year. He's going to miss at least 20, 25 games, if not more. And then he's going to come back and be a shell of himself because he's going to be passive, like he was with the Celtics. So I don't give a I think
so. He's gone. We don't get anything for him.
Well, yeah, because before on the show I've said I want him gone, thinking the whole NBA cap situation is I can't grasp my head around it.
No, it's the most confusing thing fucking ever.
Yeah. I was saying, I want him to opt out. I want him to opt out because I thought then you would get that $34 million back and you could go spend it, but apparently you can't. I don't know why.
Do you have to get some of it
I think you get like a
mid-level exception.
Something like that.
So
which is what?
An equivalent of like a $6 million contract.
Not even close to the value of what he was getting.
Yeah.
But so where does that money go?
I don't know.
If it's not going to Gordon Hayward, where does it go? Straight to the commissioner's pocket?
No, I just think it goes against the cap. Like they don't have to pay that money, but I think it still goes against the cap.
So their cap is just adjusted.
Something like that.
I really don't know.
That's so fucking stupid. That's so weird. Like, why does it have to be that complicated?
Like an NBA
it should be like pretty
black
and
white.
Yeah. This guy's either going to come play for this amount of money or he's not, and we keep that amount of money.
What is this whole shit with, like, the Hornets want to waive and stretch Batum?
I don't know what
the
means.
Fuck does that wave and stretch somebody?
I don't
so
know.
Now
I assume it means you waive him and then you stretch out his contract over X amount of years, so it's not on your cap. That's a big chunk, but like.
And this Hayward deal is not even official yet because they're trying to get a third team involved to dump Batum. But then, like, the Hornets are going to somehow hold on to the money, and then the Celtics have to give up picks to get that trade exception.
Yeah, what the
I don't
hell?
get how are you getting a $20 million trade exception? Like, you're just getting this cap space now because you traded a couple picks away?
Yeah.
How is that even legal?
Yeah, like, what? Who thought, like, let's put that in the rules. Like, if you trade off 2 picks, you can get $20 million exception. Yeah, it's confusing as fuck.
I do think that Danny Ainge, I I think pushing back this episode put my takes on ice. Because I was real mad about this probably about a week ago, but I've calmed down a little bit because the trade exception's still up in the air. But I think he butchered the whole situation. He got greedy. He got arrogant. Asking for Miles Turner and T.J. Warren or Oladipo.
I
still want to know
if that's been like a confirmed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's true.
How do you know that?
The GM pretty much came out and said it for Indiana, saying that we thought we were close to a deal, but it comes to a point where you can't give up too much. That's pretty much what he said. It was there. Ainge got greedy. They called his bluff. He thought that he had all the leverage because Hayward wanted to go home to Indiana, and he blew it. And honestly, it's insulting that he would even ask for that. And if I was another GM, I'd tell him to go fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, Hayward.
If that is true, that's pretty damning.
Apparently, they were offering a first-round pick back with Turner too, and Ainge wouldn't take that too because he wants Warren or Oladipo.
I mean, come on, man. What are we?
Why don't you hold him accountable? No, you got nothing to say, but yet before it happened, you were going to be like all pissed off, and then it doesn't happen.
Well, I'm okay. I'm a little less mad about it because of the free agent signings we made. Because honestly, I would have rather have Thompson than Turner to begin with.
Yeah, but that shouldn't excuse it.
It doesn't excuse it, but
Hayward was still an asset that you lost for nothing.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Where you're not staying consistent. When you said in the group text that you were going to be pissed if he fucking didn't take that deal, and then he doesn't, and you give him a pass.
Those are my exact words.
I mean, I can scroll back a week and I can read it if you want.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay. All right, if you don't believe me. Because I'm just saying, if you were to stay consistent, you would rip him for it.
Sure, he fumbled the bag a little bit.
Little bit?
It's all good, though.
Of course it's all good. That's the life of a fanboy. There's no bad days as a fanboy. No negativity.
It's a nice way to live.
No negativity allowed.
It's a nice way to live.
We locked up our boy
It is.
Tatum.
They're probably going to live longer than me.
So the way
the hate in my heart.
Through my goggles, we made one bad move this offseason, and we made 4 good ones if you include the draft.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Let's talk about those draft picks.
Upgrade the backup point guard position. We get the second best rebounder in the league, or second best offensive rebounder in the league, a top 5 rebounder. Neesmith is going to be a stud off the bench.
You can't say that, though.
Shooter.
You don't know that.
Well,
do I need to bring up Danny Ainge's track record when he drafts in the middle of the first round?
No.
This team has a shooting issue. And I don't think going through the draft to fix that shooting issue.
It's a start, though. At least he addressed it.
It could work. I don't think it's going to.
Look at Miami. It worked for them with Harrow and Duncan Robinson.
But maybe Pat Riley's a guy that can actually draft in the middle end of the first round.
I've watched a lot of tape on him. I've read a lot of opinions from insiders and stuff, and they really think this guy could step right in and help. He's not only is he a knockdown shooter, but he's a 6'6", 220-pound knockdown shooter.
Yeah.
So
that's the right kind of size and weight
to
transition.
It's the type of size to get right into the ball game.
Sure, there's potential.
And not only is he a big body knockdown shooter, the dude averaged 24 points a game.
Yeah, that's what I love about shooters is that they don't need nearly as much time to develop in the league. You know what I mean? Like if you can shoot the ball, you can shoot the ball.
There's been plenty of other guys that have been able to shoot in college, come to the league, and they can't. So I'm going to wait to see it. I'm not going to jump and say those are good picks. Or I'm not going to say they're bad picks either.
Well, that's what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking you shouldn't jump to the conclusion and say that they're going to resolve our shooting issues.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Especially there's a reason this kid,
good pick until proven otherwise, like innocent until proven guilty.
What's the dude's name that was from Oregon?
Pritchard, whatever.
Yeah, that kid looks like he's like 16.
He looks like a gamer, too.
Jesse, this is your text last Friday.
Okay.
It's Indiana is offering Miles Turner and Doug McDermott for Gordon Hayward. Boston wants Miles Turner and T.J. Warner, Victor Oladipo. You said, just accept the damn deal. What the fuck? If it doesn't go through because of them asking too much, I'll be tight. You don't seem very tight.
Yeah, I've gotten over it because of the Thompson Teague signings.
I didn't see you anywhere right after the deal happened.
What do you mean you didn't see me anywhere? Complaining? You didn't see me complaining?
No, you didn't complain.
Yeah,
Danny Ainge could do no wrong in your eyes.
I was tight about it for about 15 minutes, and then I remembered that Danny Ainge brought us the 08 title, and I'm just kidding. But honestly, I'm all right with that. I think our roster right now is better than it was last year.
I don't disagree, but I believe the Eastern Conference got better.
The Eastern Conference did get better, and we only got a little better, whereas other teams got a lot better. But he obviously fucked up. We could have Turner and Thompson right now, which big difference. But
here's my thing with the Tristan Thompson signing. It's fine. I would prefer Miles Turner because he's younger, and maybe he's a young guy that can develop.
Thompson's only 29.
I know, but Turner's 24.
Yeah,
so that's 5 years. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, but how long are we going to be using these guys?
If you're making a push to be a contender, then yeah.
I don't really know if
he's in his prime.
I don't really know if it's a win now move because I don't really know if he's even better than Turner. There's a lot of people that
for
think
what we need, he's better.
You know how quickly that window can close on you too. Like you want to keep this core group around. Yeah. Like who knows what could happen? In 2 years, 3 years from now.
We got a bruiser in the inside. We got a tough. True center. Miles Turner doesn't even play like a true center.
Okay, use Thompson then. I don't want to see Daniel Tice starting. Use Thompson. He should get more minutes than Tice. And Robert Williams is once again going to rot on the bench. And I'm sorry, that was a bad pick.
He'll be the third. He should be rotation.
He should be higher than the third now because if he was ready to go, he should be at the very least your second big guy. Then you can go use that money.
Do that sometimes. They don't have to stick to their draft guy and make him in the rotation.
If he was ready to go, they could have used that money elsewhere.
But there wasn't a lot of other names available.
No, but you could use it on a shooter. I'm sure there's some type of shooter out in the
We
market.
got our shooters. You'll see.
Oh, my God. I don't give a fuck.
You don't need to waste money on a shooter like you want JJ fucking washed up Redick.
I would take JJ Redick over one of these draft picks that you're just magically
step in. You'd rather use that money, the Thompson money on JJ Redick, you're smoking something.
I didn't say that. What I said is that Robert Williams should be ready. That's what I'm saying. Clearly, he's not.
It's not that he's not ready. They just got someone who's established. Maybe if anything, he'll just help Williams develop.
Thompson's going to come off the bench because he can't shoot like Tice can. And
even Brad if he Stevens does, he's still going to play 25, 30 minutes a game, probably.
It doesn't really matter if he starts or not.
Yeah,
I think it does.
Well, it's not who starts, it's who finishes.
Okay, and he probably won't be on the court at the end of a game.
Well, I don't know what he shoots from the free throw line, but
it's terrible.
Is it? Are you sure?
Thompson?
Yeah, one of the worst in the league.
Yeah. Miles Turner is a way better two-way player than Tristan Thompson, and he's 5 years younger. So why would you not? That's a dude that's only 24 years old. Thompson's 29, going to be 30. We know what Thompson is. At least Turner has a ceiling.
Makes no difference in this situation. The age of Turner and the age of Thompson doesn't really affect anything, in my opinion.
If Thompson was over 30, then I think you'd have more of a case. But I mean. It's
5 years.
I know,
that's a long time.
But are we keeping him along with the whole core for their whole careers? Like,
sure.
What does it matter?
I would keep Miles Turner for a long time if I could.
We're not going to be able to pay all these guys the whole time. I like the move.
You can overpay your own guys. I don't hate Tristan Thompson.
I know, but the age thing is minuscule in my opinion.
Maybe it's not
non-factor.
If you're talking about this season, maybe the next 2 seasons, sure. But if you're talking down the road, if Miles Turner's going to be here, then yeah, it is something to be talked about.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with Jesse. I don't know that you're going to be able to pay all those guys.
Yeah, and if he's as good as you say, he's going to be someone who potentially demands max money.
I believe you can go over the cap if you're re-signing your own guy. That's how the Warriors been able to keep everybody together for so long.
I just don't see Turner as a long-term cog for this team. It would have been nice to have him. Sure, he's 24, cool, whatever.
Personally, I think your opinion would be different if he was on the team.
I would be happy to have him, yeah, and I wish we had him, but I just don't think the age thing matters. Thompson's going to be effective for another 4 or 5 years, and that's probably this team's current title window unless they keep re-signing people.
It sucks. Danny should have got the deal done at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's definitely got some splaining to do, but I like Tristan Thompson and I like Jeff Teague coming off the bench.
Jeff Teague is definitely an improvement over Brad Wanamaker, so I won't have him to complain about and bitch about.
Hey, honestly, Trader Danny could have something up his sleeve.
He's not Trader Danny anymore. He's Hoarder Danny.
I'm not going to count him out just yet.
He has to take.
I would be surprised if another deal got done. I think we're rolling forward with this team,
I'm all right with that.
I'm cool with it.
I'm all right with that.
What would you give the off season letter grade?
Well, I'll answer for Jesse. Jesse's going to say A+.
No, I would say B- if you include the draft as well.
C-.
C-?
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't even talk about going into the offseason. I thought the most important thing to get done was have Tatum sign that Supermax.
Yeah.
So I'll give him actually a C or C+ because he got that done. Because I think if Tatum was to ever leave, the Celtics are legitimately fucked.
That would be like a curse.
Yeah, you're not coming back from that. You put everything into him.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
I wrote down a B-.
Yeah.
I was kind of hovering between a C+ and a B-.
Likewise. If you include the picks, the Tatum re-signing and the 2 free agent signings, I like the moves.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Bosh Herod situation brings that from A+ to B-. But
Title contenders?
Yeah, I was going to say, do we want to fight about that or do we just want to move on? Because I don't think they're title contenders.
I do, because they were title contenders last
No,
year.
they
This core only got another
Yes,
year
they
under their
were.
belt.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were, RJ.
No, they weren't.
They were not contenders. So making it to the
happened in
Eastern
that-
Conference
in-
Finals doesn't make you a contender?
They were never in that
Oh my
series.
goodness, here we go.
Okay.
They're never there.
It's like that.
It is like that.
Well, they were in the series and they were contenders.
They're the 6th, 7th best team in the league. The gap between them and some of the top teams is big. They're not title contenders.
I mean, the only team with a true gap over them, in my opinion, is the Lakers.
That's fine. But once again, their ceiling is the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'll be right about them for like the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
No, you weren't right about them last year. You
Yes,
said
I
they were
was.
going to get
I think
bounced
they're
in the
fringe.
first round
I think
to
they're
Philly.
fringe.
I
contenders.
never said that.
Oh,
that's a
did he
lie.
say that?
I never said that they were going to lose to Philly in the first round.
You said their ceiling was the second round, and they made
Nope,
it out of the second.
nope. I
Yes,
said
you
their-
did
I
say
said their ceiling was the Eastern
I think
Conference
we gotta go
Finals.
back and find some tape.
He
I'm pretty
said
sure you
their
said that
ceiling
at one
was the
point.
second
Sure,
round.
maybe I said some shit about the Sixers.
No, you
fucking
said
trolling
you
people.
said their ceiling was the second
No,
round.
I didn't. I said
All right,
Eastern
we'll
Conference
find it.
Finals.
We'll find it.
Yeah, what do you
I
think?
know
That
you
must have
said
been
that.
like episode
I definitely
17.
going into the bubble. I definitely said that their ceiling was the Eastern Conference Finals.
Negative. I remember.
I mean, if you want to say this, I said maybe their ceiling was the second round back in when we
No.
do our first
Bubble-
episode, February,
bubble
March.
episodes.
No,
You
I
said
said
their
Eastern
ceiling.
Conference
No,
Finals.
I remember.
If any listeners can remember what RJ said and can find the episode, send the audio
Yeah, we'll
in.
give you a
I
free
know-
t-shirt.
Bury RJ.
I know what I
Free
said.
T-shirt.
I know what I said, and I take that as a win last year.
I remember you said ceiling second round, therefore L.
Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, moving on. I just said second round ceiling. Do we got any more? Oh, that was the last thing for here. So what? Best worst moments, week 11.
Yeah.
What do you got for us? You got some moments there, I can see.
I know.
Okay.
I already know
Okay.
everybody's worst moment. The
Yeah.
Valdez Scantling fumble.
Oof. Yeah,
Overtime.
actually,
That's bad.
poor guy's getting threatened with
Death threats. Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't see
It
that.
was
Yeah.
actually good to see that
Rogers
and the coach backed him up, which I wouldn't. And I mean, Rogers did.
I
say
didn't like
some,
Rogers' explanation. He's like, "Oh, it's just a game." I hate when people say that because, like, everyone
it's
doesn't
obviously-
feel like that when
It's
they're
obviously
damn
way
playing.
more than that at this
Yeah,
point.
and
Yeah.
especially when
Like,
people
it's
are
fucking
betting their
pee-wee football.
people are betting
Yeah.
their life away on these games
Yeah.
too. Betting
Yeah.
their fucking mortgage on the games. It's just
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
like,
such a douche.
I do like
say.
seeing him defend his guy though, because it does happen. Like, it sucks, you know. I mean, sure as hell wouldn't be me fumbling that
He
ball,
did.
but
He did. Yeah, he did. He did kind of throw a little shade at him because at the end of his
Did he?
comment, he was like, "I'm disappointed for him, disappointed for the
Oh my
team,"
God.
and yeah, I was.
But
like,
it's all right.
yeah,
As he rolls his eyes.
disappointed for him. With like
One of
what
my
do you
worst
mean?
moments is
Yeah.
Baltimore and John Harbaugh they get punked. You have the Titans like jumping around, like celebrating on like the midfield on their logo before the game. Harbaugh goes up to him like a fucking tool bag, like a little crybaby like he is. Him and Vrabel have an exchange. Then you lose in overtime. And then Vrabel tried to come up to him after the game and like kind of shake his hand and talk to him, and Harbaugh wanted nothing to do with him.
Yeah,
Him and his brother are both little crybabies. Oh, get that shit
What are
out
you
of
showing
my...
him?
No, Jesus fuck, Jesse.
what is that?
We can't say it.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna even know, but
Dude, don't. You're asking for somebody to say something that's going to need to get dropped.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ, Jesse.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go to
You
the
gotta go
bathroom.
relieve yourself.
Oh, my God.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, see ya. Yes, one of my best moments was the Chiefs drive on Sunday Night Football. Was unreal.
That's what I had. My last second winning drive for Pat Mahomes.
And I did a prop bet parlay, and I went 9 out of 10. It was like $1 wins $2.15. I went 9 out of 10. I needed 25 more rushing yards
From who?
out of Josh Jacobs on that prop bet parlay I sent you
Damn.
guys. But
That's
yeah,
tough.
that's one of my best
At
moments.
least it was only $1 though.
Nah, so I'm not risking anything, but it would have been a nice little
Mm-hmm.
payout.
Do you have your best worst from week?
Did anybody say Taysom Hill and the Saints as their best moment?
I have it down here. I haven't said
True.
it though.
Well, that's my best moment. My worst moment is ESPN allowing him to be a fucking
Yeah,
tight end.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
so-
I've openly said that that should never been the case, but I had him in my lineup as a tight end before that even happened, and then the difference between my tight end and what he did on my bench was 12 points, and I lose by 2 points. So this is what it is. I've moved on. On to the next one. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna live in the past.
Let's not rehatch that.
Nothing else I can do about it. But yeah, how about Brady and the Bucs on Monday Night Football?
Awful. Jesse was over. He watched the game with me. We couldn't have been more disappointed in that whole team.
Sickening.
The whole dude, Brady. That's got to be one of the ugliest games I've ever seen Brady play.
Oh, like so many boneheaded shit throws. You see him drop back. He takes his goofy little steps and then he just throws it to the sky.
Yeah,
like
after he's staring his receivers down for
Yeah.
3 seconds, and the safeties are reading him like a book.
At some point, you can't blame like Arians and all their team's problems.
That game.
Yeah.
2-minute warning just to go down and get a field goal. That's fucking nothing
And he
for
throws
him.
a shit pick.
Like, what are you... you could make the argument he has cost that team 3 games this year.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
can-
granted, he's
Chicago-
won them a lot of games
Yes.
too, but...
Chicago, 4th down,
Yep.
not knowing what down it was.
Sure, it was 4th
I
and
mean,
long. Hard
I'm not
to
going to
convert,
blame
but-
the New Orleans game on him, but he was absolutely horrendous that game. Like, gave the team no chance.
Yeah.
And this team is 7-4, and they play Kansas City tomorrow. They lose, they're 7-5. They're at the very best. They're going to be the second or last team in that wild card.
Yeah.
And
Which is fine for them. That's the type of team, no matter how bad they look in the regular season, they can go out and beat any team in the conference, go on the road and beat any team.
I don't know. I'm wondering if
I don't know if that team has the mental toughness. I don't know if they're well enough coached.
I don't know if Tom
Still
Brady.
a moron.
I don't know if Tom Brady has the physical toughness. He's 43 years old and
He looks rattled in the pocket. He does not want to get hit.
dude. Like you have to
43 and a half years old.
I mean, 16 games of an NFL season, that does a number on anybody's body. Never mind a 43-year-old.
When push comes to shove, I still think that team can hang with any team in this league.
There's still so much talent, and their defense is actually pretty impressive. But
the
At
NFC,
times, they're pretty impressive.
yeah, I know.
NFC is
they
still
made Jared
when
Goff
they
look
want to
like-
be.
Yeah.
the NFC is still up for grabs, big time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who. I guess you'd
At the
say New
beginning of
Orleans
this-
is the best team right now in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, the
no.
fucking Seahawks have fallen off big
Who else are
time.
you going to say though? Seattle,
They've
Green Bay. Green Bay just lost to Indy.
Green, yeah, but that's Indy's a good team, and that was a good game. They could have won that game. I'm still high on the Packers, and I'm actually high on the Rams after that impressive win.
Yeah,
in
the
Tampa
Rams
Bay.
might be one of the more complete teams in the league. I mean, they have one of the best wide receiver duos in the league.
Yeah.
Plus a nice offensive-minded coach, and then they have a stud defense. I mean, that defense underperformed a little at the end of last season, beginning of the season, but it looks like they're finally figuring it out. You know, they arguably, if you rewind 2 years, they have the best cornerback in the league, Ramsey. I mean, and
they have the best
do
player
have
in the league, in Donald.
Yeah, the best defensive player in the league. I mean, with good help around them, the Rams. Watch out for the Rams.
Yeah,
I think
agree.
last year, I think people forgot how good they were. Like you said, 2 years ago, when the Patriots beat them in the Super Bowl because of they maybe won 9 games last year,
Yeah,
8
they
games, something like
underperformed,
that.
Sure.
Like we talked about, that's a Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
Look what San Francisco's like this year. Obviously, they have had a lot of
Injury
injuries.
bug.
But
Yeah.
so, did you see how Joe Judge got into a fight?
I did
with
not.
his-
No.
He got into. It was rumored a fist fight. Yeah, Andy, stop drinking that. That's
God.
disgusting.
Nah, finish it.
It's so bad.
Get it down.
Got into a fight with the offensive line coach. Some people it's rumored it was a full blown fist fight
Jeez.
because Judge brought in this other guy that was like a consultant to the offensive line. They got into it and they fired him, and he came back to the facility and they wouldn't even security fired him. So Judge didn't fire him himself. Security was like, "You're fired. You're not allowed back in here." And they wouldn't let this guy come back into the offensive line coach come back into the facility.
Jesus.
Joe Judge is a tool bag.
I mean, was it his? You know, who knows? Do we know what the origin of the fight was?
I just said I think it had something to do with him bringing in an offensive line coach. Obviously, probably words were said and they escalated. But, yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was fighting with the offensive line coach.
He was.
Then what started the fight?
I'm just saying I don't know how exactly it happened, but I'm saying another offensive line consultant, like Joe Judge brought in another guy.
Oh, he brought in.
Because the offensive line was struggling is what I'm saying. So I think that was the origins of how the fight started.
Offensive line coach sounds like he's in the wrong there.
I think you're just a big Joe Judge guy for some reason.
No.
Guy's a hardo. So yeah, how about Jameis Winston this week for New Orleans? He really carried that team to victory. But just like me, Sean Payton knows that Jameis Winston is a bum.
But you didn't even
No, I
expect.
think
You didn't even expect it. Would you have started Taysom Hill if you were the Saints coach?
I think the only reason
Clearly he made the right decision. They won.
I think no matter
hindsight's
who you
always
started, they're
20/20.
winning that game. I think I don't know what it is telling me this, but feel like that he owes this to Taysom Hill after all the years of him being used as this weird little role player. Like
I don't disagree with that.
Why? Then why bring in Jameis Winston?
Yeah, it
was for $1.5 million. Nobody wanted him. Just take him in for $1.5 million.
I'll take him next year.
Yeah, let him be the starter in New England. Please.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
I would love it.
Oh, that's a hard pass.
Get another wide receiver in the draft and get some young, fast studs on the outside.
Let's have Belichick draft another receiver. He should be good. What did N'Keal Harry have, 0 catches this past weekend?
It's bad quarterback play.
Yep.
You put famous Jameis behind the line, and he's all of a sudden Hall of Fame material.
I mean, I'd be fine with it if the objective is to draft inside the top 10 next year. I'd love if they brought in Winston because that's where they'd be drafting because he sucks. And Sean Payton knows it, and so does the rest of the league because if he didn't, he wouldn't have. He didn't get a starting job anywhere, and he's making $1.5 million this year, like the league minimum.
So is Cam.
Okay, and he sucks, just like Jameis Winston.
It's early in his journey. He'll find another team and prove you wrong someday.
Hopefully,
no, he won't.
Hopefully, nestled right here in Foxborough.
Yeah,
no fucking thank you.
If they want to win, that's what they do. They go out and get Jameis.
Yeah.
All right, you guys got updated power rankings for this week?
Yep. I got Chiefs at 1, Steelers 2, Colts 3, Packers 4, Rams 5.
The undefeated Steelers at 2, huh?
Yeah, their strength of schedule is bad.
Big Kansas City went on Sunday night against Vegas, prime time.
Yeah.
Going down the field like that.
I'm trying to think of a head-to-head game between the two of them, and I'm taking the Chiefs every time.
Really? I'm taking the Steelers.
So I'm going Chiefs, moved up to 1 for me too. I'm going Steelers 2, Saints 3, Colts 4, and Seattle's back in my top 5 at 5. But I almost just wanted other than the Saints, go no other NFC teams because they haven't been impressing me very much. Yeah. I think you can almost these top 6, 7 teams put them in a fucking hat.
Who are you going to put in the AFC? The Browns?
What do you mean,
Buffalo?
top 5? I mean, Buffalo could be right outside of that. Yeah. I mean, I don't like Buffalo, but
I still I don't know. I'd probably pick some other teams instead of them. But
instead of who, Seattle?
Instead of the AFC teams there.
Yeah, they're still.
I'd probably still put the Cardinals.
Cardinals, Seahawks,
Packers.
Yeah. Those are all teams
Saints.
who have had some embarrassing losses, but I'm still taking those.
The Bills in that situation just because
I might
strength of schedule, I guess.
So as well.
Use that double-sided coin. I don't have a power rankings this week, but it'd be pretty similar to yours. But I would flop Kansas
Always showing
City.
up prepared.
You still have
Kansas City.
Steelers at 1.
I still have the Steelers at 1.
That's fair.
Elite defense.
There's a team that's just getting absolutely fucked by COVID, and it's not by their own fault. I know that they've had tests today, but I mean, if it's not for Baltimore, they're playing Thursday night.
Yeah, and they're whooping their ass with no Jackson or those running backs.
So now it's what's going to happen? So if that game happens on Tuesday night, Baltimore is supposed to play on Thursday Night Football, so there's going to be no Thursday Night Football next week. And then what if...
Wait, they're going to have back-to-back Thursday night games?
Yep.
Really?
So now what happens if this game can't happen on Tuesday? They already used their buys up. Are we going to have to add an additional week?
It's going to come to that.
Are we potentially looking at they're going to have to expand the playoff field like we talked about probably 3-4 episodes ago that they voted on?
That.
They talk about that on WEI almost every Patriots Monday and link that to the Patriots possibly getting into the playoffs.
So maybe the best thing as a Patriots fan is just root for people to start getting COVID.
Yeah, let's go COVID.
That's the path to the playoffs, COVID.
Yeah, for real though.
What about a game you're looking forward to tomorrow?
There's actually a lot of good ones this week.
A lot of good ones last week too. A lot of good primetime games last week.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the battle of the young gunslingers and the Chargers and the Bills. I still think the Chargers are a much better team than their record. They're like the Lions of last year where they were in every single game and they just have been getting unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Look for that to be probably some sort of crazy shootout.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to what could be the last matchup between Mahomes and Brady.
That's what I had down too. I think it should be a good one.
Yeah.
You think?
Could be.
Well, look, assuming they probably won't meet in the regular season next year and or he retires.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way would be the Super Bowl.
You think he would retire before his contract's up?
No, I'm saying I don't think that they'll see each other again next season. So
hey, if Brady can win, that means he'll retire 3-1 against Mahomes. So because he's 2-1 right now.
Yeah, well, he's probably gonna lose.
Give me the Bucks, baby.
I'm taking Kansas City.
And
that's gonna be in our picks against
Colts,
the spread,
Titans, and I was fucking pumped for Ravens Steelers Thanksgiving, but hopefully this game happens on Tuesday.
I mean, if it
that
happens
should be
on
a good
Tuesday,
game.
I would love Tuesday.
It's always
good
a
divisional
game when they
matchup.
meet. They have
Yeah.
bad blood always too.
Yeah, I think their first game came down to like last drive. They had to get a touchdown, Baltimore. And they
Yeah,
didn't get on
Baltimore. Yeah,
fourth.
that was a good
They
game.
sipped it in the end zone,
Yep,
something
yep.
like that at the end of the game. Yeah, so it's like I said, mine's Chiefs Bucks. So let's go back to some NBA talk. Help the fucking Lakers, dude, just like absolutely loading up.
Killing it this
With-
free agency.
Doing what every
Montrezl
team
Harrell,
wishes they could do.
Dennis Schroeder, fucking Marcus Gasol. Like, where do they get this fucking money from?
Yeah.
And my takeaway is I would love for the Celtics to one day get in the position where these guys will come here for less. Like these ring. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's
That's
what
true,
That's
yeah.
what happens when you
I mean,
have
it would-
LeBron on your
No,
team.
I was
know.
going to say it would help if LeBron was here, but
If maybe when
LA is still a very attractive destination for
Yeah.
anybody to go to. So
maybe when Tatum's 32 and he's a certified legend, then players will start coming for less money.
I mean,
But
players are absolutely going to want to come here for less when Giannis comes like next year or so.
nobody wants to play with
Hey,
that.
I said that
not even
last
the
episode,
shootouts.
and you guys laughed at me. And there were some reports that
I've
came
seen
out,
some slight
so I'm not
reports.
just like completely saying that like there's no shot.
Probably just from your clickbait sources on Twitter, but
Greek population, check it. It's high.
yeah,
It's
see, that's
high.
what we were laughing at.
It's high. That's why he wants to come here. He wants to be with his people, them Greece people.
Yeah, the Lakers are killing it, and the
Shit,
the
they
Bucks
really
are not. I think the Bucks are
They might lose
losing this
Giannis
offseason.
now.
Yeah, well, because
He hasn't signed that supermax
That
yet.
was apparently his top one. Like, not only was that like the move they had in line, like that was a guy that he went out and
that's like
specifically
his first
requested.
pick. Yeah,
He was like, I think he's a killer in the playoffs,
Mhm.
and he's foreign, blah blah blah.
yeah.
Wait,
For
who?
them to
Bogdanovich,
Yeah, they-
that was like his wish list, right?
For
what
them
the
to
hell?
fuck that
what
deal
the hell
up-
happened with that?
I don't
It
know.
looked like it was a done deal,
Oh, yeah.
and then all of a sudden, no, he's not going.
Because he
there.
didn't sign it. I guess he didn't
now
want to go.
is he going to the Hawks?
Dude, the Hawks.
The Hawks are
loaded
looking
up.
legit too.
They're a playoff team.
The
This year.
Kings, for some reason, didn't want to match. Like, why not match it and then trade him for something?
Yeah.
Just let him walk for free.
Yeah.
Teams are weird, man.
I mean, I know they gave Fox what?
They
Not
give him a
supermax,
max deal.
but max deal.
Yeah,
So I mean,
deserving too. I mean, he's a young stud.
a lot of guys
Yeah,
around
I
that
love
age.
De'Aaron. I love De'Aaron.
A lot of guys around that age got paid over, like
Bam,
yeah,
Spida.
Mitchell.
Spida,
got paid.
Tatum. Yep.
good. They're all deserving of it. They're all the future of this league, and they're all fucking awesome to watch.
Yep.
It's unfortunate to see Klay Thompson go down
Ah,
like that too.
so sad.
Heartbreaking, dude. Clay's one of my favorite players, and like,
You know how high we were on the Warriors this year.
yeah, you know,
I'm still
and-
relatively
when you
high
say
on
you
them.
mean you and Andy.
Yeah, that's. I
RJ,
know
you need
too
to get
stupid
out
to
of
love
this
them.
little fucking world that you've built yourself into.
What do you
like,
mean? What world?
Where Curry's not a top 20 player in the league.
Yeah,
Like, do you watch basketball? Do you
All
watch
the time.
Steph Curry play
yes,
basketball?
and I've never watched a game and been impressed by what he does. Out
Never
the court.
been impressed.
Nope.
So when he drops 40, when he shoots like 13 of 16 from 3,
I just think in
It's
my
not
head.
impressive.
I just think in my head like system
one of
point
an
guard.
elite ball handler, an elite passer.
No, I'm just
You're
not
such
impressed
an
by him.
idiot, dude. Like I don't even believe you when you're saying this.
I'm
I can
being
see it on
serious.
your face.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
you've
being
got this
serious.
shit
What are you
eating
talking
grin.
about?
You're just like
No,
doing it to
I have
troll
a-
people.
I have a
Yup,
perfect-
You're doing
that's
it to
what
get
he is.
like
Oh,
me and
He's
Jesse
a
worked
troll.
up.
That's how they expose this
Who's
man.
getting worked up right now?
Yeah,
You.
because you're doing it on purpose.
Oh, so
Trolling,
it's working.
Like Mike Felger. You
yeah,
are
if
mini
that's what you're
Felger.
trying to do.
I'm not trolling though. I mean, you think I'm trolling, but I'm not.
I know you're trolling.
I'm not trolling.
Because
don't-
Nobody can be that
actually,
stupid. Nobody
I
can be that
actually
stupid.
respect your basketball takes on most things, but
I
like
know.
you're so fucking, you're so far out in left field on this one that it doesn't make a lick of sense, dude.
How many titles has he won by himself?
Oh my god, don't,
0. He doesn't have one.
Nobody
real
wins a
Nobody
title
wins.
by themselves.
He doesn't have one real title. And what's going to happen this year now that Klay Thompson went down? Is he going to go, is he going to break his hand and he's going to sit out the year so they can tank for picks?
No,
if
they're
he's
gonna-
so fucking
they're gonna
good,
make the playoffs.
they should be able to still have a great season if he's top
Yeah, I
5
bet
in the
they will.
NBA
Curry's
right
gonna
now.
average like 30 a game this year.
No, but that's not that.
Let's see, he's a shit fucking
I
golfer.
mean, the
shit
only-
golfer.
the only-
plus 1 handicap
Lied
my
about his
ass.
handicap.
Fucking shank.
The only
Shank
unanimous
City
MVP
yesterday.
ever, like,
Yeah,
dude. I mean,
average.
yeah,
I would take Bledsoe over him, probably.
yeah. Eric Bledsoe.
Over who?
Curry.
I mean, if we're going to talk about it, I think we can have that conversation.
Shut up. You're an
If you wanna
asshole.
break it down.
You're so full of shit.
I'm
Either
not.
way, they're still gonna be a top
Am
five.
I-
Dude, yes, you are. Just admit it.
They're
No.
still
Just
gonna be-
admit that, Andy, I'm a troll, and I'm a fat, hairy troll. and
There's-
I'm
There's not an ounce of troll in me. When I say things, I mean them 100%. I've never tried to bait
Listen to
somebody
your-
once in
Are
my
you
life.
listening to his voice?
I
Like-
never have never tried to bait anybody once.
Okay, we're moving on.
Still a top 5 team in the West,
You're
though.
an asshole.
That starting lineup's still good. Wiggins,
Yes.
Draymond, Wiseman,
Yeah.
Curry, and I don't know who the 4th starter is.
Doesn't
but
matter.
Yeah,
That's good enough right there.
yep. Much better
Especially
than
with Curry.
the Clippers. I'm taking them over the Clippers in a
And then the
series.
West.
The Clippers are a dumpster fire.
Yep.
So John Wall, I mean, according to Jesse, if you want John Wall in the Celtics, you can trade like a pair of fucking socks to get him.
No, you can
Were
trade,
you on drugs when we had that
you can
text
trade
exchange?
Kemba Walker, 2 young assets, and a pick or 2 and get John Wall easily.
Semi Ojeley's a young asset.
Sure.
He sucks.
Doesn't
Semi
matter.
Ojeley sucks.
Doesn't matter. The gap in stock between Kemba Walker and John Wall is very minimal.
So if you're Washington, let's swap banged up 38-year-olds so we can get a second-round pick, Semi Ojeley, and Romeo Langford.
Sometimes
who you have
teams
said
just
Romeo,
want-
you
sometimes
said
teams
Romeo
just wanna
Langford
move
sucked on this show.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm saying the gap is so small. You could trade a pair of fucking socks along with Kemba Walker and make the deal happen.
I don't know why they would do that.
I'm not saying that they're gonna do it. I'm saying that the deal, if you put it in the fucking
0.0.
NBA 2K trade simulator, it would
Not
be
happening.
accepted.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Do it on your phone right now. It's on there. Trade is not happening.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
I know,
I'm saying
I know,
it's
I'm
not.
saying,
It's
fine,
not
I'll-
a far-fetched offer. It's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is,
No,
dude.
it's not.
So, yeah, let's swap 2 banged-up 38-year-olds. Kemba's got a shit knee.
38-year-olds. Why do you keep saying 38-year-olds?
30. No.
John Wall is way more injury-prone than Kemba
I
Walker.
don't disagree, but why switch them out?
Better
Just so you
shooter.
can get a-
Maybe he'll work better with Bradley Beal. Maybe he'll fit better in the system. Who knows? A plethora of reasons.
You can't do that type of deal, giving up a bunch of garbage with Kemba Walker. You can't.
The deal would almost get accepted if you offered
If
Walker
they're
for Wall.
if they're 100% healthy, who's better? John Wall.
By a slim margin.
Okay, still. Why in their right mind would they want any of those guys? So you might as well just do Wall.
Right, but if you-
The
sweeten
names,
it- if you
the
sweeten
names
the
are just
deal
name
with
on a
the-
paper. I'm saying any young guy for any situation.
Sweeten the
Okay,
deal
but I'm
with,
talking about the names though, because when you say Semi Ojeley and Romeo Langford, that's trash. A second-round pick has no value.
Okay, make it a first-round pick, and that deal is getting accepted 10 times out of 10.
I don't think so.
Because John Wall, his stock has plummeted in recent years.
It doesn't seem like
I
Walker's
don't
is
even-
very
I don't
high
even- I don't
too.
even want John Wall.
I'm not saying I want the deal to
I don't
happen
want
either.
him.
I'm simply
I'd
making the
rather-
argument
I'd
that
rather
it is
Kemba.
that it is not an outlandish trade offer.
Yeah, I
That trade would never happen.
They're both multiple-time All-Stars. Both haven't won shit. One's a way better shooter from outside in a league that is trending towards shooting. One is seen shirtless throwing gang signs up with fucking gangsters in videos. He's bad rap off the court.
he's got a shit attitude.
His value is in the drain. Kemba Walker almost, if not just as valuable as John Wall. So you could put chips and grits in Kemba Walker to get John Wall
If
you really wanted.
he's almost just as valuable, why do that deal?
I'm
If it's almost virtually
simply
the same,
just playing devil's advocate. I'm not
clearly. I'm just saying, if they're the same value, why would Washington do that?
I'm just saying that the deal could be accepted with that offer on the table.
Not with that.
Why would Washington want to do that? Because they want to move on from John Wall. That could be a reason why they'd want to do it.
Why not just keep him? If you're
Because they've been ass with him lately, and he hardly plays for them.
I'm just saying, if the difference is not that big between Wall and Walker, why even move on
because
from him?
while the difference in stock is not that big, they're very different play styles. So maybe with a Kemba Walker on your team, it works a little better. You
I'm
never
just
know.
saying, Danny Ainge tried to move Kemba Walker around the league, and nobody wanted him, apparently. So I don't know how high his value is either.
Well, John Wall is having difficulty getting moved too, so they're one of the same.
Okay, whatever.
Next.
Agree to disagree.
Next.
There's nobody in their right mind that thinks that they would actually do that deal.
Plenty of people think that.
Nobody thinks that.
Well, so far I've only heard one person, you say that deal wouldn't happen, and 2 people, three, me, Colin, and Ernie.
I don't think
that
Ernie
deal
said
would-
that he would do that.
Well, he
I don't
didn't
think he
disagree
said
with
that.
Colton when
Well-
he tweeted at him.
Hey, why don't you be consistent and say what you said in the group text? Because you said that. Oh, I don't know about all that.
I think I've convinced Andy that the deal's not that ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
It's not that
Semi
ridiculous.
Ojeley,
No, I-
Romeo
my-
Langford,
my
and a
initial-
second round pick are horrible. They have no
Okay,
value.
make it Carson Edwards and Romeo Langford.
My initial
That's not
reaction
trade
was
not happening
Former
either.
first-round picks.
That's-
My
who
initial
cares?
reaction
That
was
trade's
that
not
you have
happening
to
either.
Could.
you have to sweeten the
No,
deal with
easily
a
could.
first
Easily
rounder.
could.
You have to include a first rounder, I think, and I would say a player like Robert Williams.
Sure, it doesn't matter to me. They're all young players.
Now we can talk then.
Kemba.
You're gonna rate Robert Williams so highly that he's
Kemba,
gonna be
Robert Williams in the
back.
first rounder.
So you talked up Robert Williams. Robert Williams is the same player as Semi Ojeleye.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Romeo
that deal
Langford.
because the Celtics would be giving up more than they need to get him.
Okay, that's still not like Romeo Langford or Robert Williams is a lot better than Semi Ojeleye.
It could be Walker in a first-round pick for Wall, and that could get accepted. The players are irrelevant in what I'm arguing.
Okay.
Absolutely irrelevant. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Hold that L.
I'm not holding any L because that trade will never happen.
All right, Harden, Westbrook.
never
what are
happen.
we thinking about that? What do we have that on the paper for? We want to talk about how Harden.
Where's he going to end up?
Are they staying together? Are they going to be on the same team this year?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Yes.
It's starting to
I think
look
the
like they
season's
might
gonna
be.
start.
It's starting to look like they might be.
I think when the season starts
That
a
team
month
is
from
on
now,
fire too.
they'll be on the same team.
Who did they sign? Didn't they get a big? Oh, they got Cousins and someone else.
Yeah, I thought there was somebody else too. Did they get Ariza back?
That team is. I never liked the Rockets, and I never think they're contenders.
Who's their coach?
It's. I don't fucking know. Someone moved over there. There was a name, like a rather known name. I think that went over there. But
Is there which player do you got overpaid the most? Because mine's
Gordon.
Hayward got way overpaid.
Gordo.
yeah,
Easy.
I can't really think of it.
Especially since it
I
was
think every
guaranteed.
youngster deserved that money. So who else got a big payday other than Hayward and the young people?
There's definitely been a few guys.
True,
I
there's
can't
like
name off the top of my
Bogdanovich
head.
got the $72 million, which sure I don't really care. Give him it. I can't really remember.
No, in my opinion, Hayward's the only one who got an undeserving contract.
Hey, maybe he'll go out there and put up 23 a game with 5-5 and
Yeah, we'll see.
lead them to 25 wins.
Do you have a team that I know you talked about the Hawks? I think that's a team that won the offseason, improved their team dramatically.
Yeah. Lakers, Hawks.
Yeah,
Winners.
honestly, I'm trying to think if I had a team that I thought.
Lakers.
I thought the
Hawks,
Raptors had a bad offseason. You lost Gasol,
Lost
Ibaka,
Ibaka,
didn't do anything
only
to improve your
re-signed Van
team.
Vliet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a team there's one less team we have to worry about, in my opinion, as a Celtics fan.
Yeah, the Celtics are better than Toronto.
As a person living in Massachusetts, I should say for you, not so much a Celtics fan.
That's fine. I'm willing to take recommendations of other teams I can root for. I'm fine with that. I don't really want to align myself with someone like you, so maybe I'll root for a different team this year.
You don't want to align yourself with a level-headed Celtics fan?
Level-headed. I mean, you could say I'm not level-headed, but I don't think you are either.
All right, we're one of the same, just opposite sides. Then I'll settle for that.
Yeah, two
I think
sides
I'm.
of the same coin.
Sure.
I don't really know what that means. I'm not that smart.
Okay.
All right, let's do our betting segment.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can say it.
Actually, no. We already kind of said who lost the offseason. The Rockets also lost the offseason for not moving on from one of those guys.
Yeah, it just seems like they're going to go into the season with no team camaraderie or
Oh,
chemistry.
God.
Like they don't want to.
Harden Cousins.
Like why doesn't Houston just keep trading draft picks for fucking assholes like fucking Chris Paul, who's an asshole?
You know what?
Asshole.
I think the Pelicans had a Phoenix. Yeah, I don't know. Phoenix and the Pelicans had good off seasons, in my opinion. The Pelicans locked down. They locked down Ingram, and they did trade away Holiday.
Yeah, but they got so much in return for
They
him.
did a lot of picks.
Yeah,
a lot of
big time.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
All right, you got a parlay of the week?
Jesse's plus money parlay is back. I've got Atlanta money line over the Raiders, Chargers money line over the Bills, Tennessee money line over Indianapolis. I always say Indiana there, and Tampa Bay Brady's over the Kansas City Mahomes. $25 wins $1,200. So if you need to make
It's too many upsets.
if you need to make a rent payment and you want a long shot, do that parlay, and maybe it'll work for you.
You got one, Dick?
Yeah, I got so I had a nice teaser for Thanksgiving, but obviously that got ruined because the Ravens game got canceled, and you guys had to push back, the recording session to get drunk. But we'll talk about that at a different time.
I think honestly, if you ask.
Yeah,
I think people had work off this week.
Yeah, you're the asshole for making
What do
us
you
work
I
this
think
week.
we should have had a vacation week.
Every other podcast I listen to doesn't do an episode this week.
Oh,
We could have put together a best of episode.
Oh, you mean I could have? I could have spent hours of my day and my week
Okay.
putting together episodes,
Alright,
Clipstrom episodes. That's really what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that at all.
You could have gotten together over some fine wine.
I'm not working 60 hours a week anymore, so I could do some more of that
He
stuff.
always has to drop that how many hours he works a week.
Well, how many hours a week do you work?
Me and Andy average 30 hours a week, all right?
Sensitive Andy, that's what we call him.
You're an asshole.
Me and Andy average 30 hours a week combined, so get it.
Yeah.
60 and 0 divided by 2.
Wow.
I didn't get that at first. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
was like, what
funny
are you
though.
talking about?
Yeah, you're probably like, I said 60, bitch.
I got Titans +3 versus the Colts. Kansas City 3.5 versus the Bucks, and I like Raiders -3 versus the Falcons. 25. I didn't do the math. It's probably like 130,
usual,
140,
150,
yeah,
something
whatever.
like that.
I got Miami covering 3 over the Jets. Or are they playing the Jets?
I think so. RJ?
What's up?
Miami playing the Jets this week?
Yes.
I like that, too, actually.
I got the over of the Bucks Chiefs at 57, and the Raiders to cover 3 over the Falcons, 25 to win 145.
Okay, I like that.
Lock.
Lock of the week, under 51.5, Titans versus Colts. That's a game that if I was making the line, I would have put it in like a mid to high 40.
Huh?
To be honest.
I have my lock. So Miami is playing the Jets, but I had in my parlay I had the line wrong for some reason. I think they're -7 over the Jets.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not -3.
That's why I was
sounds
like,
a definite.
are they playing the Jets? But yeah, it's -7.
I still like that for your parlay though.
Yeah,
And potentially for a lock as well. The Jets are trash.
they're terrible. They're not gonna win a game.
Although, what's up with I didn't see the Dolphins game. I really didn't hear much about it, but I know Tua got benched last week.
Yeah,
or the week
so
before.
they say he got benched. I think he was getting hit a lot, and he
And
wasn't
they-
playing well either, and they just took him out.
just to
And
kind
then
of preserve him.
Flores, after the game, said that it had nothing to do with injury. I think that
Plus, you have a stud sitting on the sideline.
I think it's a little bit of truth and a little bit of lie to why he got him saying that's why he got taken out.
So
But I
kinda
know
just like to keep him-
Fitzpatrick is starting tomorrow for them. Tua's hurt, so he's not playing. He's out.
I wish I'd known. I would have started Fitzy this week.
I have to go look
There's still
for him in
time.
my-
Oh no, you said
I
you
started
went with
Stafford.
Stafford. My lock of the week is I like Raiders -3 versus the Falcons.
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
like that a lot too.
But you had Atlanta in your.
it could go either way. I mean, I could see Atlanta
3 points
getting
isn't a
handled,
lot for them
Yeah.
to cover at the end of the day.
or I could see Atlanta actually slinging the ball good for once. And yeah, sleepers. I got mine, but I'm gonna go last.
I got AJ Green.
Ugh,
Who's
gross,
even
dude.
throwing the ball
Hey,
right?
this is the sleeper segment, all right? You
Drinking
dummies.
early today, Andy.
Who is it? Jeff Driscoll or something? I don't know who
I
their
don't know who
quarterback
their
is.
Oh, it's,
quarterback is.
No.
But listen, they're going to be down
Yeah.
probably the whole game against the
I
Giants.
considered making mine
the
Higgins.
Giants
so.
still have a pretty bad defense, so somebody's gonna get the ball, and AJ Green's still got a little left in him.
Same game. I like. Was it Wayne Gallman?
Yeah.
Versus the Bengals. He's got like 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games, something like that.
Okay.
He's their lead back there now with Barkley done, so I kind of like that.
Whatever happened to Devonta Freeman?
I don't know if
He's
he's
been
hurt
hurt
or
a
he
little
just isn't playing.
Well, he was hurt. Maybe he lost his job type deal. But my sleeper is out of the Eagles game versus Seattle. I like Fulgham versus Seattle. I mean,
Yeah,
they're going to be shooting the ball downfield.
Yeah, I was thinking of
down.
putting Rager in there too.
Yeah.
All right, start him, sit him. How'd you guys just do yours?
Start him. I got Justin Jefferson big time. Start him in every DFS lineup you got this week. Thielen's out. He's been ruled out, so Justin Jefferson should eat this week.
Okay, I like that a lot. My stardom is Miles Sanders. I know. I just said it's probably going to be a shootout, but I'm starting him in my league, so I want him to do good. And Seattle's defense is bad on all fronts, so start Sanders. I bet he gets in the end zone.
I had Gurley versus the Raiders. The Raiders have a really bad rush defense, like 27th in the league, but Gurley got ruled out, so
Yeah.
I just am now seeing that, so I don't have one for
That's
right
okay.
now.
All right, then your sit-em is Todd Gurley.
Sure, that works.
Nice.
My sit-em is Leonard Fournette, because fuck that guy. No other explanation needed. Just fuck Leonard Fournette.
That Monday
He
Night
ruined
Football
our
game,
bets.
it was making me so
Dude, he
Him and
had
Brady.
3 drops that were so
third
easy.
down drop.
What did
Yeah.
he probably got like 12 or 15 more snaps than Rojo got.
Yeah,
for
for
what
no
he-
reason.
Like I know Ronald Jones was only getting like 2 yards a carry, but they didn't even give him a chance to get going.
Yeah,
I don't like Leonard Fournette.
Fournette
Was
blows.
not impressed by him whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
All right, want to do our picks?
Are we
against the
doing
spread?
the draft? I think if we do that, we should maybe save the picks for last.
Oh, I didn't put that together.
What do you mean?
Save that for next week.
Put what together?
Well, no,
QB
we would be
draft?
doing it live. What do you mean put it together?
The
All right, we'll do the
QB
picks
draft.
first.
Didn't you have notes for fucking? We were gonna do it last episode. I thought.
I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, I thought it was just
I mean,
something
you
we were
just
going to
can't
do
just,
like
like,
off
pick
the
a
top of our
quarterback.
head.
Oh, actually, I did.
Yeah, we can just pick it. Let's do this first.
Yeah,
I guess,
that's fine.
because
All
Andy
right.
seems like he's a little rattled.
Oh,
over
shit.
there.
All
All right.
His hands are shaking because he doesn't drink yet today.
First one is Pats versus Cardinals. I'll take the Cardinals. The spread is Cardinals minus 2.5.
Are you gonna cry?
I'm gonna head upstairs.
Are you gonna cry? Jesus, can't make a fucking joke.
No,
Pats, Cardinals.
because you're not funny.
Pats, Cardinals. Cardinals are minus 2.5. I'm on Arizona. Oh, I'll update the people. 2 and 3.
Fuck up there.
Hey,
2 and 3
what's your
weeks.
problem?
2
I
and
don't
3
have
weeks.
a problem. I'm joking around. You seem like you're getting sensitive over there.
shut up. Okay.
Because I can't call you.
Shut up!
You can call me fat, but I can't call you a drunk.
2 and 3.
Funny how that works.
Last week for me and RJ, Andy picked up a W on us at 3 and 2.
Yeah, let's go.
Pats versus Cardinals. Cardinals are minus 2.5. I'm already locked in with Arizona.
Arizona.
Arizona. Let's space it out there for a minute.
Bucks, Kansas City minus 3.5. Give me Tampa.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Philadelphia versus Seattle. The spread is only 5.5. Huh?
I wasn't even going to add that in there, but we didn't do it earlier, so the Thanksgiving games are out of the picture. We can't do Ravens Steelers because I don't think that there's a chance that game's not even going to happen on Tuesday.
I'm just gonna go on a limb and make a really bad pick and choose Philly. I think maybe somehow they get something together this week.
I'll take Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Chicago, Green Bay. Green Bay is minus 9.5. Same reason I did Philly. I'm gonna do Chicago.
Yeah, it's usually a hard-fought game, so I'm taking
9.5
Chicago in that too.
9.5 is a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to go Chicago, too.
And
Actually, no. Fuck it. I'm going Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Rich Trubisky's playing. I'll go Green Bay.
That's all the more reason to pick them, in my opinion.
Well, him or Foles, they both suck, so whatever.
Tennessee, Indianapolis, Indy's minus 3. I'm going to go with Titans. I think they went out right anyways.
I'm also going Tennessee.
Oh, perfect. I'm taking the Colts.
All right. Andy's within
7?
8 of me, and he's within 5 of RJ, so
Let's go.
it's all to
Go
play
on
for.
3 or 2 games behind you.
And you're 3 games behind me. So
That was a
Do we
big.
even
That
have we have 3 disagreements this
was a
week,
big
so.
win for the Rams on Monday night. Because I picked in the cover and you guys picked. I would
Yeah.
have been down like 4 games on you, 5
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
something like that. Didn't want that
You
to
wanna-
happen.
Someone
Alright.
want
Are we
to
doing this fucking
Yeah.
stupid QB draft?
We don't have to do it, but it was going to be an easy episode name. Because, you guys don't help me out with that either.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
that's
get
right.
shit on for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it Happy Thanksgiving. There. Boom. Done.
It's fucking
Fuck you.
Saturday.
That's a really good name, Andy.
Sure, I'll name it Happy Thanksgiving 2 days after Thanksgiving.
Well, come on. You had a pretty
Oh,
funny
we
one.
could have done that on Wednesday night if you guys weren't fucking around. Like,
Come on.
usual.
I mean, it's
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving Eve. Nobody
Yeah, but
works that day.
The thing is, you guys didn't have.
You're an
I knew
asshole.
I knew that was going to happen all day.
So then
But
why
you
didn't you
guys-
say something?
you didn't have
Why
the
didn't say, you know what,
balls.
boys? Why
Yeah,
don't
let's-
you boys just take the night
let's
off?
say something 30
Yeah,
minutes
because
before about to record because you didn't have the balls
you
to do
put
it
the
before
fear
then.
of God into us. We feel like every time we have to like postpone an episode,
We
you're
might
just
be-
gonna be like,
the show's
"Ah,
done."
fuck it, I'll just do it myself."
Yeah, that little bullshit suspension I had. What was that, 11 episodes
Yeah,
ago
you're
now?
flirting with another one.
Man,
Yeah, I
you can't
agree.
suspend me from my own show.
I mean, I have the keys to this place.
I have the microphone.
It stays
And I
down
have
here.
talent. so.
I'll send Peter down here to steal it again.
Oh
Like he did
yeah,
last
your little
time.
minion, little
Yeah.
piece of shit.
And then he comes up to us, sad puppy. Like, sorry, he really made me do it.
That didn't
I'm
happen.
It did.
Kidding,
It did.
Peter. I love you.
You bullied him after that episode.
Yeah, well,
Like,
you
Deserve
deserve
it.
No, not
Just
deserving.
kidding. And I didn't bully him. And I
You
don't
manipulated
condone
him
bullying.
to.
Yeah, you did manipulate him.
That's
Do
fine.
your little dirty work.
Hold me accountable. Don't take it out on fucking Peter. Look at him. He's just so innocent.
Okay.
All right, who's getting the first pick here?
But not a real suspension, by the way.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
Because if
was.
I really wanted to do the episode, I would have done the episode.
And we would have
But I
had to
said,
leave.
you guys, I'll let you guys have your day. I know you're all salty and sulking.
No,
but-
you were wrong to do that with
No,
us.
I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
You
No.
were.
We don't need to open this up. This is like months ago.
Me and
I
Andy
wasn't
heard
wrong.
from plenty of JDA people who said, "What the fuck was RJ doing?" So.
Yeah.
And I heard from plenty of people that said, "Yo, dude, go out on your own. You don't need those guys." And I said,
Norm and your mom?
might have been like, I think my brother maybe too.
All right.
No bad blood, you know.
No, I'm over it. We never even talked about it on air. But this is like back in what, August?
Yeah,
This is a feisty little episode we got going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Very contentious.
this guy's the most sensitive. Like, I don't know what's up with him today. I can't call him a drunk, and he's like sitting over there sulking, like he's taking it serious.
I'm not even sulking.
You were before when I called you, and I
Maybe
felt
for
like
2 seconds.
that's long enough for me. I was like, I gotta apologize to this guy now.
I'm not looking for an apology. Your apology means nothing to me.
I don't know about that.
Anyways,
I'll go first.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Snake draft.
Okay,
So you want me to write down the picks or something? Or you?
I got it. I'll do it.
Yeah, that is good. So does that mean I get the second pick? Or?
Sure, I'll go last.
You sure?
Well, who's older?
Me.
Then RJ gets the second pick.
Okay, that's fair. I'm with that. I like
All right,
the back-to-back.
Mahomes,
picks.
101.
All right.
Russell Wilson.
Kyler Murray and. Give me a second.
I have some quarterbacks written down
Do you?
right here. Good luck reading my handwriting though.
Are we doing this like for like if we were to draft for the future or like draft for now?
now, right?
Let's say now.
Let's say now.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if to win you a game this year.
Sure,
Let's say
okay.
that.
I'll go Murray and Rodgers.
I thought we haven't done a fucking draft
Yeah.
since like
Yeah,
a
that's
long
true.
time. My pick.
Yep,
Who'd you go with?
he went with Rodgers.
I'll go Deshaun Watson. You need to look at a list
I
here.
see that.
Yeah, at the very bottom. Surprised you're probably gonna take Ryan Tannehill. Fucking
I was
soon.
actually thinking about
That's too early. I wouldn't take him that early. Who are you going with?
Back to me?
No.
it. I'm going with Justin Herbert.
Never take these drafts seriously.
I was considering picking Herbert. With one of
6?
my other picks.
Yeah.
That's pretty much like saying he's the 6th best quarterback in the league right
I
now.
really like him.
Yeah, he's playing like it right now.
Not top 6, but all right, you're up again though, right?
Yep. My
And
next
who's
pick
after
is
him?
going to be...
You again?
No, you.
Okay.
No, wait. Or is
Did
it
we
me?
fuck this up already? It should have gone Andy, you, me, you, Andy. Andy, you, me. Yeah, alright, so.
No, we didn't fuck it up.
Alright, you're right.
Yeah, we're good.
So it's still me?
Yeah.
I'll take Lamar.
Okay. So now it's me, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go. Give me Matt Stafford.
I like it.
Don't you have another pick or is it my pick now?
It's you, 'cause I'm in the.
Oh,
You-
and I
you
get the
your
next
final
two.
Yep.
Brady will be one of the two. And Watson. Brady and Brady and how about I'll take Matt Ryan.
So now does it go back to me?
Yep.
All right, I'll take Ryan Tannehill.
Ooh, you fucking dog. I'll take Big Ben.
Nah, that's what I was gonna go with, but I didn't go with him.
Are you going to post this on Twitter and see who won?
Sure, if all the names can fucking fit into a poll, I will.
Yeah.
'Cause we had issues with that before. So what are the teams, Andy? You just
So I ended up with Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Ben Roethlisberger, obviously the best four. Jesse ended up with
I don't know, mine looks pretty good.
Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Matt Ryan. RJ ended up with Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Matt Stafford, and Ryan Tannehill.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my team.
3 MVPs
I like-
future MVP in my list.
I like Wilson and Watson. That was my top two.
Yeah.
But
All right, is that going to do it for us?
yeah, you guys got anything off topic you want to? Jesse, you want to plug your next TikTok or something while we're here?
I haven't made it yet, but it's in the works. Other than that, let's go Nate Robinson tonight. Knock out that dude, Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake
All right.
Paul's a loser.
You got anything, Andy? I'm pretty much all good.
No, I'm good.
All right. That's going to do it for us. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks
Okay.
for listening.
See ya.